In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at a wonderful service called Quizlet, and specifically, I want to focus on Quizlet Live. So here I am on the website Quizlet.com. Basically, you can search for just about anything that you're interested in learning. So I just did a search for coding, and it came up with 37 coding terms. These are basically words and definitions. Here's another one, 29 terms, also about coding, 20 terms about coding. And each of these terms and their definitions are placed on digital flashcards. So here's an example, algorithm, a list of steps to finish a task. Now, in addition to searching for what you would like to learn, it is also possible to search for a textbook. So for example, this is a Spanish textbook called Buen Viaje, and every chapter of the textbook and every level of the textbook is here in Quizlet. So if you teach a class or you attend a class where there's a textbook, chances are that much of the content is available right now at Quizlet.com. Let's just jump back quickly to the coding example. You can see that you can go from one flashcard to the next, and then click it to see the other side of the flashcard. In addition to flashcards, you can click Learn, and at this point you would have to log in to do the Learn activity. There's also a writing activity, there's a spelling activity,
debugging.
There's a practice test, and you can also print out the test if you'd like a paper copy. And there are 2 games that also work with the flashcards. So here is a matching game. You can click there, start the game. You're trying to make everything disappear. Let's see, I know that that's correct. You just try to match things up until you've cleared the screen. I am failing here at this point, but hopefully you get the idea. So that's one of the games. The other game is a gravity game. Protect the planets from incoming asteroids. There are some options you can pick, and then just click Let's Go, Start Game. And here comes the first asteroid. If I know the answer, the asteroid will be destroyed. Well, honestly, I don't know how to answer that. And I probably should have looked more carefully at the options for that game. Why not, instead of having to answer with the definition, which in many cases is like 10, 15 words, I'll just answer with the term. So that makes it a lot more playable of a game. So here comes the first asteroid. To put an idea into language or gesture. I've forgotten what it is, so that asteroid is going to hit the planet. Next question. Hopefully I'll do better on this one. The order in which something... look. It gives me the correct answer for the question that I missed. So I type in the correct answer, and then the game resumes. So kind of a fun, interesting way to practice vocabulary. This is great for foreign language. It's great for language arts, learning words and definitions, but it also works in a variety of other subjects. And these flashcards and spelling activities and games can also be experienced by students through this button here, Share. This is a link to the activity, and anyone with that link will be able to play this activity. You can also go down here, underneath the flashcard set, there are 3 dots, and if I browse down a little bit, you can see this better. There is an option to embed this activity, and so I could copy this embed code, paste it into my blog or website or learning management system, and my students would be able to see the flashcard set, they'd be able to play the games and the activities right from my learning management system or my own website. Now, if you sign up for a free account, you can create your own flashcard sets. There are some limitations if you don't pay for an account, but the free account still does let you create flashcard sets. So that is just the basic Quizlet, Quizlet.com, and it's been around for many years. But for the rest of this video, I want to focus not just on those basics, many of which you can use without signing up for an account, but rather I want to focus on this powerful feature that is found inside of Quizlet. It's called Quizlet Live. And as it says here, it's a collaborative classroom game, kind of like Kahoot or Quizzes or many other formative assessment games. I'm going to go back just so you can see how this works right from the flashcard set. And I'm going to click here in the upper right corner, Log In. Now, if you want to, instead of just logging in, let's say with a Google account or a Facebook account, you could set up a custom username and password, and that way your account won't be tied to Facebook or Google. So if you want to do that, just click Sign Up, put in all of the information, and then click Sign Up. I'm just going to go ahead and click Login and log in with my Google account. Now that I've logged into Quizlet using my Google account, notice that it does say Upgrade to Teacher. When I click that, it takes me to some information about upgrading. I could try it free for 30 days, but eventually it would cost $3 a month, and it gives you these additional features. For example, you'll be able to track student progress. What I'm going to show you in just a minute with Quizlet Live, it's just a game, an activity that you can play with your students that will help them learn your content, and that's awesome. And I think in a lot of cases that's good enough. But if you also want to use this game as a formative assessment opportunity for you to see how your students are progressing, to see what content they're struggling with, then that's a reason to consider paying $3 a month for the paid account, because you will be able to track student progress. For now, I'm just going to back out of it. I just want to use the completely free Quizlet account. Now you'll notice that even though this is a flashcard deck, just like what I pulled up a few minutes ago, because I am now signed in to my free account, there's an additional option here in my list, and it's Live, Quizlet Live. So I'm going to go ahead and click that button, and it pulls up this page, Welcome to Quizlet Live, a collaborative classroom game. There is a guided tour. You can watch this video to get more help if you'd like, but I'm just going to click Create Game, and it asks me, how would you like to play? And it's similar to what I showed earlier with the asteroid game. I need to decide, do I want my students to be clicking on terms, or do I want them to be clicking on definitions? In many cases, clicking on terms is easier, but that's not always the case, I guess. So you can decide which option you would like for the game. Notice down here, there is a Quizlet app, and so teachers and also students may want to download that app if you're going to be using this a lot. I just want to select this option here, so I'll click that. And the music begins. You can go ahead and play, or you can click turn off. All right, so now Quizlet shows us a way for the students, or for whoever else is in the audience or is going to participate. It gives us this page helping them get connected to this activity, to this Quizlet Live game that we're going to play. And as you can see, there's really two options. You can have the participants go to quizlet.live and enter that numerical code. Or students could use the Quizlet app. They could go to search and then tap Play Quizlet Live and scan this code that's on the right side of the screen. So there's a couple of different ways to get logged in. To demonstrate this process, I'm going to sign in using my cell phone. So on my cell phone, I'm just tapping here where it says search or enter website name. I'm just in a web browser on my phone, and I'll just go to quizlet.live and I'll tap go. And you can see what my screen looks like. I just need to tap above that yellow line, put in the code that the teacher has on the screen for me, tap continue, and now it asks for my first name. I type it in, tap let's go, and now I'm ready to begin. Now notice, in order to really play Quizlet Live successfully, you really do need at least 4 students. And right now we just have one modest student named Awesome. Give me a minute to get 3 more students signed into this activity, and then I'll resume the video. Okay, fantastic. Right now, we have 4 students signed into the game using this exact code. We can see their names here on the screen. So now the teacher or whoever is running the game can go ahead and click Create Game with 4 students. Now, from time to time, you may have a rogue student who puts in an inappropriate word as their name, or put something that might be considered bullying as their name, and so you could click to remove their name out of the game. But I'm happy with these names. These are good folks. So I'll go ahead and click Create Game with 4 players or students. And so at this point, Quizlet Live has put us into 2 teams, the kangaroos and the zebras. And you'll notice what it says here at the left. Encourage students to sit with their teams if possible. Again, the join code is here and the QR code, just in case some students come in late. Here in the lower left, there are some options. You can turn the music on or off. I'm going to leave it off. And notice here, if you're unhappy with the teams, maybe you know certain people just can't work together, you could click Shuffle Teams and the teams get mixed up. So you'll notice here with this cell phone, this is Awesome's phone, and he's been assigned to the Tigers, along with Handsome. They should make a good team. It says, go find your teammates and work together. So I'll go ahead and click Start Game, and the game begins. Now at this point, take a look at Awesome's cell phone screen. It says, do you have the match? Something contains the information the web browser needs to display the page. Now, in some cases, a particular student will see the answer on their device. You notice that I tapped a wrong answer, and so it shows me the correct answer. Now it brings up another question, creates a table. I don't see the correct answer here. The reason why is because my teammate has the correct answer. There it is. This is the teammate's phone now. Table. So as a team, we have to look at both devices and identify who has the correct answer and tap it. Next question. Something sets the size value of an HTML element's text. That's probably this one. Let's try it. It is. A collection of pre-written JavaScript code? I don't think the answer is here. So let's check out the other Tigers team member and see if it's on his device. So hopefully you can see how this game works. Now, in my experience, it works better if you have more than 2 people per team. Imagine having 3 or 4 students per team, and they all have to collaborate, put their heads together, and look at each other's devices to try to find which one has the correct answer, and then select it. And so Quizlet Live really does become a little bit of a collaborative activity, an exciting activity. It helps students get out of their seats a little bit and work with each other to find the correct answers. Now, if you don't want your students using cell phones for such an activity, of course they could use laptops, Chromebooks, tablets, any device that has access either to a web browser like this or the Quizlet app. So let's say you want to create a Quizlet Live activity that is your own, that doesn't rely on somebody else's flashcards, somebody else's work. You want it to match your curriculum exactly. Well, all you have to do is be signed in to your free account and then go here at the top of the screen and click Create. Now I'm going to click on Quizlet. This is the main sign-in screen and what it looks like. I just wanted you to see that that same Create button is there at the top of that screen too. So I'll just click Create. It takes me to a screen where I can create a new study set. I'll call this Spanish Irregular Verbs. Now browsing down the page a bit, you can see here's the first term. I'll put in an irregular Spanish verb, and notice that Quizlet is pretty smart. It knew that that's a foreign language word, and it suggested the definition to go with it, which is to go. It won't always do that, and it won't always be accurate, so you do need to watch out for that. But that's really all there is to it. Just click to add terms, click to add definitions, and proceed to complete your list, keeping in mind that in many cases, the game or activity that is played with this study set or flashcard set won't be much fun unless you have a good number of cards or terms and definitions. So you may want to add at least 10 or more. When you're done, click Create, but you'll notice that I tried that and it says Choose Language. So I would need to click to select a language. So I'll say Spanish and then click Create. So there is my flashcard set. I can email it to people, I can copy this link and provide that link to people, and there are also other ways to share the link. So that's how you create your own flashcard set that can then be played in live or also in these other 2 games and these other activities that I showed at the beginning of the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this tutorial to be helpful. If you did, please click the like button below and consider connecting with me on my social media accounts like Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter. And definitely do subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos about technology for teachers and students. And when you do subscribe, consider clicking the bell next to the subscribe button. If you do, you'll be notified whenever I post another video. And watch for another video from me at least every Monday. If you'd like to support my channel, consider supporting me through my Patreon account, and you'll see a link to that in the description below.